Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're doing a deep dive into good energy, the surprising connection between metabolism and limitless health.
Oh, this is a good one.
It's by Dr. Casey Means, and it really gets you thinking differently about health.
Yeah, it's not just about like surface level stuff. It
Mm.
really goes deep into how our bodies create energy.
At the cellular level,
Right.
like right from the start in Chapter 1, the 6.8%, she hits us with this statistic that just blew my mind.
Only 6.8% of Americans are metabolically healthy.
6.8%. So, like, what's going on with the rest of us?
Exactly. Like, what does it even mean to be metabolically healthy?
Right.
Well, Dr. Means lays out 5 key markers:
Okay.
triglycerides,
Okay.
HDL cholesterol,
Mm-hmm.
fasting glucose, blood pressure, and waist circumference.
So things we can actually track
Yeah, with blood tests.
regularly.
And if you're in that 6.8%, you're way less likely to get hit with chronic diseases.
Oh, wow. So it's not just about fitting into your genes.
No, it's way bigger than that.
Huge implications.
Like heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, all that scary stuff.
Wow. Okay. So then in Chapter 2, the keys to good energy, she goes even deeper.
Into the world of ourself.
Our cells,
Yeah.
like a biology lesson, but actually fascinating.
Totally. So she breaks down these 9 key functions that our cells are doing all the time to keep us going.
So much is happening that we don't even realize.
Right.
Yeah.
And one of the most important things our cells do is make energy.
Okay.
And that happens in these tiny powerhouses inside each cell called mitochondria.
Mitochondria.
You remember those from high school?
Oh, vaguely. Yeah.
They're like the energy factories of our cells.
And so when they're working well, we feel good.
Yeah, we've got tons of energy, metabolism is humming along.
But when they're not happy,
That's when we get into trouble.
that's the bad energy.
Exactly.
And she links that to so many chronic health problems. And she connects all the dots between our modern lifestyles and how they're messing with our cells.
Yeah, think about it.
Like bad diet,
Not enough sleep,
stress.
environmental toxins, all that.
It's a powerful reminder that our choices have a direct impact on our health.
Like at the most basic level.
Yeah, it's not just what we put in our mouths, but how we live our lives.
Exactly. And to really illustrate this, she tells the story of one of her patients, Sophia,
Oh, yeah.
who had all these different symptoms.
I remember she had fatigue,
Sinus issues,
brain fog.
even blood sugar problems.
It seemed like everything was off.
Like her whole system was out of whack.
And this was a turning point for Dr. Means, right?
Yeah, big time.
At this point, she was an ENT surgeon.
Focused on treating individual symptoms.
But Sophia's case was different,
She started to think maybe there's a deeper cause here.
like connecting all these seemingly unrelated issues.
Exactly. And she started to see that a lot of chronic conditions could be stemming from this bad energy state.
Mitochondrial dysfunction.
Yeah, driven by lifestyle factors.
So that's what led her to shift her whole focus,
From surgery to preventative health and metabolic optimization,
getting to the root of the problem.
instead of just putting Band-Aids on symptoms.
And this shift sets the stage for the whole book.
It's a different way of thinking about health.
Yeah. And speaking of questioning conventional approaches, Chapter 3 is called Trust Yourself, Not Your Doctor.
Oh, yeah, this chapter gets personal.
She shares the story of her mother's pancreatic cancer diagnosis.
Really powerful stuff.
It made me think about the limitations of our healthcare system.
How it often focuses on treating disease after it develops.
Instead of preventing it in the first place.
Exactly. Dr. Means talks about how the current fee-for-service model incentivizes procedures over preventative care.
And she points out how little emphasis there is on nutrition and lifestyle factors in medical education.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy when you think about how much they impact our health.
So it's up to us to be informed advocates for our own well-being.
We can't just rely on the system to keep us healthy.
We have to take ownership
Educate ourselves.
and make choices that support our metabolic health,
It's a call to action.
to become active participants in our own health journeys.
Exactly.
So we've seen the problem of bad energy.
And the limitations of conventional approaches to health.
Where do we go from here?
Well, that's where things get really exciting.
I can't wait to learn more.
The next part of the book is all about creating good energy and reclaiming our metabolic health.
Let's dive in.
I'm ready.
So how do we get this good energy?
That's where we become detectives of our own bodies.
I like that.
In Chapter 4, Your Body Has the Answers, Dr. Means talks about using blood tests and wearables.
So we can get real data on what's going on.
Yeah, no more guessing.
Right.
She gives optimal ranges for key markers,
Okay.
like triglycerides, HDL cholesterol, fasting glucose.
So even if my doctor says my cholesterol is normal,
it might not actually be ideal.
Interesting. Okay.
She also talks about HOMA-IR, which measures insulin resistance.
Did some resistance. That's when our cells don't respond as well to insulin, right?
Yeah, the hormone that regulates blood sugar.
Which can lead to type 2 diabetes.
It's a big driver of metabolic dysfunction.
Okay. And she's really big on understanding our blood sugar response.
She even suggests using CGMs.
Those continuous glucose monitors.
Yeah, so you can see how your blood sugar changes throughout the day.
In real time.
Right after you eat, after exercise, even stress.
Like a personalized map of your metabolism.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
And beyond blood sugar, there's a lot we can learn from other things our wearables track.
Like what?
Sleep patterns, activity levels,
Okay.
even something called heart rate variability.
HRV. Have you heard of that one?
I've seen it on my fitness tracker, but...
So it measures those tiny changes in time between our heartbeats.
So it's not just how fast your heart is beating, but how much it fluctuates.
Exactly. And higher HRV is actually a good thing.
Really? Why is that?
It means your nervous system is more adaptable.
Okay.
Like it can handle stress better and recover faster.
So more resilient.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so now we've got all this data.
From our blood tests and wearables.
How do we use it to create that good energy?
That's where Chapter 5 comes in.
Okay.
The 6 principles of good energy eating.
Okay.
Dr. Means has this whole new way of looking at food.
How so?
She wants us to see it as information.
Food as information?
Yeah, our cells are receiving and responding to that information.
I like that. It's not just calories in, calories out.
Nope, it's about the quality of what we're putting in our bodies.
Makes sense.
And one of the biggest things she points out is the impact of overeating.
Especially processed foods?
They overload our mitochondria.
Those energy factories.
Right, and that throws our metabolism out of whack.
Leading to bad energy.
Right, so it's not just about weight gain.
It's about how these foods affect our energy production.
At the cellular level.
Wow, okay.
But now for the good news.
Okay.
Dr. Means lays out 6 core principles of good energy eating.
Okay, give them to me.
So first, food determines the structure and function of our cells.
Okay.
And our microbiome.
Our gut bacteria.
Yes.
So food is literally building our bodies.
Exactly. Principle number 2 is about matching our cellular needs.
So giving our bodies what they actually need.
Yes.
Not just following some random diet.
Right. And principle number 3 is that your microbiome knows what to do.
Oh, interesting.
It's a reminder that we have this amazing ecosystem in our gut.
That helps us digest and stay healthy.
Yeah. Principle number 4 is food is alive.
Okay.
Prioritize whole, unprocessed foods.
The less processed, the better.
Yeah, exactly. Principle number 5, respect and protect the food system.
Okay.
Be mindful of where your food comes from.
Support sustainable agriculture.
Yeah.
Okay.
And finally, principle number 6, eat for stable blood sugar.
No more spikes and crashes.
Exactly.
So those are the principles.
The foundation of the good energy diet.
And she gives a breakdown of what to eat.
Yeah, what to minimize and what to avoid completely.
And she goes deep into some interesting topics.
Like regenerative agriculture.
What's that?
It's a way of farming that actually helps regenerate the soil.
Okay. Right.
She also talks about the difference between processed and unprocessed foods.
Which we hear a lot about, but I'm always confused.
Well, she explains it really clearly.
Okay, good.
And she talks about the dangers of food additive.
Oh, yeah. Those are scary.
She also dives into metabolic flexibility.
Metabolic flexibility, what's that?
It's your body's ability to switch between using carbs and fats for fuel.
So you can burn both efficiently.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's essential for good metabolic health.
So it's not just about losing weight.
No, it's about nourishing your body.
At the deepest level.
Yeah, and supporting your cells.
I love that.
So now we've covered the food piece.
But there's more, right?
Oh, yeah. Chapter 6 is all about the good energy habits.
Beyond just what we eat.
It's about creating a holistic lifestyle.
I love that.
So Dr. Means reminds us that we're not just individuals.
But we're connected to nature.
Exactly. And one of the most important rhythms is our circadian rhythm.
Our internal clock.
Yeah, the one that regulates our sleep and hormones and so much more.
But our modern lives really mess with that.
Big time. Artificial light, erratic sleep schedules, constant stimulation.
It throws everything off.
And it wreaks havoc on our metabolic health.
So Dr. Mean says we need to align our lifestyles with our natural rhythms.
Starting with sunlight.
Okay.
She calls it our on switch.
I like that.
It tells our bodies it's time to wake up and be alert.
And of course, then there's sleep.
Oh, she dives deep into sleep.
Because it's so important.
Absolutely.
She talks about the impact of sleep deprivation.
On our hormones, our inflammation, even our weight.
It's not just about feeling tired.
No, it's about the damage it does to our cells.
So quantity, quality, and consistency.
Those are the three key elements of good sleep.
Not just getting enough hours, but making sure they're restful.
And sticking to a regular schedule.
Yeah, that's a tough one for me.
Oh, and have you heard of time-restricted feeding?
Yeah, like narrowing the window of time when you eat.
So you give your body a longer break from digesting.
Makes sense.
And remember, controlled discomfort.
Oh, yeah. What was that again?
Incorporating healthy challenges into your life.
Oh, right. Like cold exposure.
Yeah, cold showers, ice baths.
Those sound intense.
You can start gradually.
Okay.
Just turn the shower a little colder each time.
Okay, maybe.
And moving your body regularly.
Not just hitting the gym, but like throughout the day.
Exactly. Walking meetings, taking the stairs, stretching every hour.
Even just fidgeting more.
It all adds up.
That's neat, right?
Non-exercise activity thermogenesis.
I love that acronym.
And Dr. Means has some interesting thoughts on exercise.
Like what?
She says we should find movement we enjoy.
Not force ourselves to do something we hate.
Exactly.
Move with intention and joy.
Yes.
But she does acknowledge the benefits of both aerobic and resistance training.
They both improve those key metabolic markers.
Like blood sugar, cholesterol, blood pressure.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and one of the coolest things I learned from this chapter was about brown fat.
Brown fat.
Yeah, the good fat that actually burns calories to generate heat.
So it's not just about losing fat.
No, you can actually activate fat that helps you burn more energy.
Wow. And what activates it?
Cold exposure.
So maybe those cold showers aren't so bad after all.
Right.
Okay. I'm starting to see the benefits.
And finally, she talks about environmental toxins.
Yeah, those are everywhere these days.
She lists common ones to watch out for.
Okay, like what?
Pesticides, plastics, heavy metals, air pollution.
So it's not just about what we put in our bodies.
It's also about what's in our environment.
Right.
So she gives tips on reducing our exposure.
Like buying organic,
filtering our water.
using natural cleaning products.
Exactly.
It's all connected.
Our food, our lifestyle, our environment.
It all affects our good energy.
And she even talks about her own experience with psilocybin. Yeah. And how it gave her this profound sense of interconnectedness.
Like with nature and the universe.
Yeah, it changed her whole perspective on health.
Wow. So this chapter is about more than just habits.
It's about aligning our lives with our natural rhythms.
Embracing healthy challenges.
And creating an environment that supports well-being.
So we've got the food, the habits.
Now we need to put it all together.
It feels like we've gotten a crash course in metabolic health.
We've got the knowledge. Now it's time to put it into action.
And that's what part 3 of the book is all about.
The Good Energy Plan.
Chapter 7 is called, Are You Ready for Good Energy?
It's all about figuring out where we're at and setting ourselves up for success.
I love that she includes those self-assessment tools and quizzes.
Yeah, they help you figure out what areas you might want to focus on.
Like what habits would make the biggest impact.
Exactly. It's like taking inventory of your lifestyle.
Right. So you can create a personalized plan.
Yeah, she outlines a 4-week plan, starts with self-assessment and goal setting.
And then you eliminate the unholy trinity.
Of bad energy foods.
The refined grains, refined sugars, and industrial seed oils.
Those are the big ones.
Yeah, they're so processed.
Man, they cause those blood sugar spikes and crashes.
So weeks 1 and 2 are about getting clear on your goals and cutting back on those foods.
Exactly. Then in weeks 3 and 4, you add in 3 good energy habits.
Oh, that's cool. So you get to pick.
Yeah, you choose the ones that resonate most with you.
I love that it's not one size fits all.
Right. She even includes examples of the quizzes from the book.
Right.
The metrics, are you in the 6.8% quiz?
Okay.
The good energy baseline quiz and the good energy hydration quiz.
So many quizzes.
It's fun. You get to see where you're at.
Yeah, and figure out what areas need some love.
And she stresses starting small.
Making gradual changes.
It's about building sustainable habits.
Not trying to do everything at once and burning out.
Exactly. Slow and steady wins the race.
So then we get to chapters 8 and 9.
Food freedom and moving with intention.
This is where she gets really practical.
Tons of tips and strategies.
Like in Food Freedom, she gives a whole list of good energy swaps.
For those common refined grain products.
Like swapping zucchini noodles for pasta.
Yes. Or cauliflower rice for white rice.
Those are good ones.
It's about finding healthy alternatives that you actually enjoy.
Right, not feeling deprived.
She also talks about creating a good energy kitchen.
Stocking it with the right foods.
Yeah, so healthy choices are easy and convenient.
Makes sense.
And she includes 2 recipes.
Ooh, what are they?
Good energy milk and sardine scallion fritters with the tzatziki.
Those sound amazing. Definitely trying those.
They're delicious.
And what about moving with intention?
She talks about finding ways to move your body throughout the day.
Beyond just structured exercise.
Yes.
Yeah.
Walking meetings, taking the stairs, stretching every hour.
All those little things add up.
Exactly. And prioritizing sleep.
Creating that consistent sleep schedule.
And minimizing blue light before bed.
Right. To improve sleep quality.
And don't forget about those cold exposure techniques.
Okay, I'll try it.
Start slow. See how it feels.
Okay, deal.
She also talks about mindfulness and gratitude.
For stress management.
Yeah, cultivating that inner peace.
It's all connected, isn't it?
Mind, body, spirit.
It's not just about the physical stuff.
Exactly. She ends the book with that beautiful reflection on her psilocybin experience.
That sense of oneness.
Yeah, and interconnectedness with everything.
It's a good reminder that our health is about so much more than just what we eat or how much we exercise.
It's about our connection to ourselves, to others, and to the world around us.
This has been such an inspiring deep dive into good energy.
It's a powerful book.
Dr. Means gives us a really compelling case for why metabolic health is so important.
It's the foundation for living a vibrant and fulfilling life.
It's about understanding how our bodies work and making choices that support our energy.
Reducing inflammation.
Optimizing our metabolism.
It's a journey of empowerment.
Reclaiming our health and vitality.
And it's a journey we can all take.
Dr. Means leaves us with this question. How might reclaiming these basic elements of a more natural lifestyle, eating real food, moving our bodies, connecting with nature, and prioritizing sleep be a form of radical self-care in the modern world?
I love that question.
It's a powerful invitation to reconnect with ourselves and with the wisdom of our bodies.
I think that's a perfect place to end our deep dive.
If you're intrigued by what we've discussed, I highly recommend checking out Good Energy for yourself. It's a journey worth taking.